The threat of Israel's ground invasion of Gaza has been looming large ever since Hamas fighters breached Israeli territory on the 7th of October, butchered more than 1,400 people and took hundreds hostage.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Armored vehicles have rolled up on the outskirts of Gaza, troops and other equipment have been amassed, and 1.1 million people living in North Gaza have been ordered to evacuate to the south. For the last 10 days, Israel has been bombarding the Gaza Strip with non-stop airstrikes, killing more than 2,400 Palestinians, including 700 children, and turning several large buildings into heaps of rubble. Now, as the Israeli Defense Force braces for a coordinated attack from the air, sea and land, this invasion could turn into a bloodbath. The Gaza Strip is one of the most densely populated places on Earth, with more than 5,500 people per square kilometre. This population density makes it extremely challenging for Israeli forces to force a complete siege, particularly with armoured vehicles and tanks. The narrow streets and tightly packed buildings limit mobility for tanks and ground troops, and the debris from bomb structures restricts movement. The cost of innocent lives will lay on the hands of Israeli troops if they bombard the Gaza Strip without caution. Buildings in the Gaza Strip stand densely due to lack of space for such a huge population. Hamas's tactics in Gaza add to the complexity of the operation. They are known for using booby traps in confined spaces. These traps pose a constant risk to Israeli troops who need to clear buildings one by one, always alert for explosive devices. The risk of explosives and improvised devices lurks at every corner for Israeli troops. In order to root out Hamas, Israeli troops will first have to destroy the terror group's vast network of underground tunnels which are concealed. These tunnels serve as clandestine arteries for Hamas operatives, enabling them to launch attacks, coordinate military operations, and fire rockets into Israel.
A much stronger hand, given that they've been building these tunnels over 16 years. Yeah. They have been ruling Gaza, and it's a town. They have a town underground that they are in control of, not the Israeli army. And undoubtedly, they're setting traps for the Israeli soldiers. There's no doubt about that. So they're going to be very high cost to the Israeli army, as well as to Gazan civilians. This war in Gaza is unprecedented in terms of its scale. It's unprecedented. And the Israeli army has stated that from day one, that it's not going to be like any other incursion into Gaza. So they are preparing the Israeli population for very high losses for the Israelis.
Israeli forces will be exposed to Hamas snipers from multiple directions. Inserting troops with helicopters will be risky as Hamas may have man-portable air defense systems. Hamas's arsenal includes anti-tank missiles and rocket-propelled grenades, which can pose a significant threat to Israeli armored vehicles and tanks, potentially causing heavy casualties. Additionally, the use of civilians as human shields by Hamas complicates military operations for Israel. Hamas militants are believed to be holding more than 100 Israelis and foreigners hostage in the underground tunnels. The recovery of these hostages and ensuring their safety are additional concerns for Israel. Limiting collateral damage and civilian casualties will be a major challenge if Israeli troops enter the Gaza Strip for an all-out assault.